Welcome to another episode of The Two Alphas Talk. This time we want to talk about the ammo shortage. What do you guys feel about it? What do you guys think about it? You guys think it's real or if it's bullshit?
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, understand that what's happening today was set into motion many years ago, and we don't want to blame anybody because it's out there. You can find it for yourself. For example, look up how many lead smelting plants there are in the United States, and I'm going to give you a clue: none.
Right. So thus, now we have no ammunition. We have no bullets. We have no casings. We have no primers.
No new bullets.
No new bullets
No new
at
bullets.
all. So we can't. A lot of people want to say, okay, let's blame it on all the new gun owners and they're going out and buy ammunition. But I don't think that a lot of the new gun owners go out and buy
Thousands of rounds at one
7,000
time.
to 8,000 rounds of ammunition. Because think about this one. We've been through this during the Obama administration when the guns were being sold. Ammo, we had an ammo
They
shortage.
called him the greatest gun salesman of the time.
Yeah, but we still had ammunition. Now you cannot find ammunition at all. So is it just coincidence or is this a master scheme for them to look at and say, okay, in order for you to stop gun control, let's get rid of guns, ammunition, because California, that's what they're doing.
And if you look at it, we look back at it, our sales stock came from an enormous amount of reserve ammunition that manufacturers had, and they were able to keep up with it because all the components are being imported into this country. So we had a huge stock, and all of a sudden that stock has dwindled, and people say, well, the federal government bought up X amount of rounds for Department of Homeland Security. That's one thing. That's okay. COVID-19 caused them they closed the plants for a couple of weeks and they couldn't make ammunition. That would not put us behind like this, to the point where I've recently saw $100 for a box of 50 115 Winchester white box. You got to be kidding me. And somebody's going to pay that because new people don't understand. So they see it and it's the best they can. If they can afford it, they're going to throw the $100 out there and get 50 rounds.
Right, and for you guys who are buying that stuff, I remember when the Obama administration, it happened. Remember, Cheaper Than Dirt started gouging. Everybody says screws Cheaper Than Dirt, which a lot of people did, but Cheaper Than Dirt is going right back into what they're doing, and so are a lot of other companies. And you guys are just breaking your wallet open and buying this stuff.
And we understand. We
Right.
understand. If you don't have any and you don't know any better, you think $100 for 50, that's about right. No, it's not. It's not. And you have to understand, and you have to speak to people who have experience in this. You got to hunker down, and we got to get through this. Not only that, but we speak about this all the time. You have to speak to your politicians, your legislators, the people who are out there making these policies and putting these things into action.
Right, and so can we find any politicians right now that's going to be on our side? Possibly not.
Nope.
So what we're going to have to do is get out there and we're going to vote these guys out. We got to get new ones. Support your freshmen. Support your new politicians, your grassroots politicians. Stay away from these green dudes and all these libertarians. They're anti-gun anyway. So you need to get somebody, and you're not going to find any Democrats out there to support guns. They're going to say that, yeah, I have a gun, I have a shotgun, a rifle, and all that stuff, but they're going to want national database registration.
But at the same time, the Capitol is guarded by people with guns that train on
And
a
a
regular
wall.
basis and practice on a regular basis. So now it leaves the average citizen without any means to defend themselves and practice.
Right, and now you may not be going to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. Hopefully that never happens, but you need to be able to protect yourself against Joe Blow, because guess what? Some people want to defund the police departments, and a lot of police departments are leaving. A lot of police are quitting and leaving, and so that makes the crime rate go up. Look at Chicago has the highest murder rate already, and they hadn't even begun. It's just
the first month
into it. So you got to protect yourself from that, from people robbing, because now criminals are coming more bolder, more dangerous now because they fear.
No repercussions.
Well, because by the time you get the call, they come out and it's going to be, the crime's going to be over, and if they go to jail, they're going to let them go because of COVID.
Most police forces are reactionary in the first place.
Right.
So that means you got an on best 2-minute response time. At average, about 5 minutes. So you got to defend yourself for that 5 minutes. You can't just call the police and hunker down and wait for them to come. If something is happening right now, you have to be able to defend yourself and your family. These situations happen within 30 seconds. Waiting for 2 minutes at the best and 5 minutes on average is unheard of.
So you do have some companies out there that's still keeping the same prices on ammunition, but those ammunition prices are selling out within minutes from what we're finding out.
Yep.
So you need to have a credit card on hand, at least with a $300 limit on it, and you just have to be scouring. And if you do see something out there, don't say, okay, I think I should get it. You better get it now.
And if you don't have it by now, you're in really pissy shape.
Right.
Real pissy shape.
So don't be online complaining about, 60 cents a round for 9mm rounds or $1 a round for 5.56, because if you're buying ammunition now, you're already wrong. So you should have been prepared, because we've seen this happen before.
It's scary. It's scary to have a gun with no ammunition.
Right. So, but if you do, put it on a string, swing it over your head, and throw it, because it's just turned into a paperweight.
A lot of people dry firing nowadays.
Right. And dry firing, you can dry fire. If you have 22s, you can use that. If you don't, you can go out and get you one of them CO2 BB guns or a pellet gun, and you can practice with those.
Practice. You can't defend yourself with that. So it goes back
Consistently
to what we
practice.
speak about in reference to getting out there and getting the word out and contacting these politicians and letting them know we need to be able to get ammunition.
Right. And we just have to try. We can't give up, because that's what they want us to do. All right.
Hope on the horizon.
We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble. We'll see you on the range.
See you on the range, guys.